Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to You Can Do This. Today is a very special day because this is the last You Can Do This. So what we're gonna do for this episode is revisit one of my favorites, nachos. There's a few issues that happened with the last one, and so we're gonna refix the nachos. Welcome to Nacho Supremacy. We're gonna make 8 feet of nachos, but we're not gonna do them here. This is just all the prep. We're gonna take this, we're gonna pack it up, we're gonna run it to Eater headquarters. Let's jump right in, starting with our steaks. Now, this wouldn't be a normal You Can Do This unless I overcomplicated things. So I'm gonna sous vide these 4 tri-tips, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of chili powder on them, a little bit of cumin. So if you notice what I'm not putting in here is salt. When people say, oh, I got a sous vide steak and it was kind of mushy and I don't like the texture, it's because people are salting before they put it in there, right? So let's take these, I'm gonna vacuum seal them. There we go. Release, I'm gonna drop this right in. And I have this super high-tech bath going here. I want this water hot because I have to transport this stuff. Steaks go in. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start pickling some onions. This is like the simplest pickle in the world. All it requires is lime juice. Now I'm gonna go sort of thin just because it'll happen faster. Lime juice is also gonna help break down the cellular walls of the onion, making them a little bit more flaccid. So just to put these all in a bag. All right, so we have 2 limes worth of juice in there. They're pretty juicy, so look. It already wants to start going. As soon as I start shaking it up and activating it, it's already turning colors. All you need now is a little salt, pinch of sugar. That's all you need, and time. See, my fingertips are already getting pink. It may look like blood, it is not. Nachos require, for me, a little bit of acidity. That's where I think where they lack. I want a little bit of acid, I want a little bit of pop to balance all that other stuff. You're eating a mound of cheese with the tortilla crispy as a vehicle into your gullet. All right, so we're gonna quick pickle these jalapenos. What I'm gonna use is a whipper to create a chamber where I'm forcing liquid inside of something that is food that is somewhat porous. I'm gonna force it in there by rapid infusion, by using this chamber with the gas to push it in there, and then I'm gonna rapidly pull it out, which means it's gonna drop and it's gonna instantly pickle. All right, so I'm gonna take my jalapeno. Again, thinner slices, the faster things will happen. Jalapenos go inside. Now, you know those fancy kind of like chamber vacuum machines that you can like do rapid infusions with that usually cost around $5,000? This is a $100 version of that. Kosher salt. I'm gonna shake it up. I really wanna get that liquid, that sugar, that salt kind of a little bit dissolved. This is NO2, this is cream. A lot of people like to do these rapid infusions with CO2. I don't know why. CO2 is bubbles. You don't need bubbles. Now this is a highly pressurized chamber right now. If you think of a chamber vacuum machine, this is what that is. I'm gassing it over this just in case any liquid flies out. There's not a lot in there. I'm sure you have friends from high school who would not waste this gas. And the thing about this rapid pickle, it actually maintains the crunch and the texture. Usually when you pickle, things start to get a little bit loose. Now I have all this beautiful leftover juice. Look at that. And I'm just loosening up this sour cream. Look at how viscous it is and look how beautiful. So you put that in a little piping bag and you can just, all that acidity is gonna keep breaking that stuff down. So now we're gonna do hot stuff last. Cold stuff first, get it in there, it could sit forever, hot stuff last. Beans, listen, you can make your own refried beans. You can, but refried beans take forever. You gotta soak, you know what I mean? You got other stuff to do. So this is about 97 cans of beans. Salt, chili powder, little cumin. If you just read what's on the back of the can, buy those ingredients and just jam them in, right? More. Next bean, I have Black beans, right? Why am I using 2 different kinds of beans? So we're fixing the nacho problem, right? Like the last video, what happens is you have all these things, you have all these arguments. Oh, melted cheese, cheese sauce, refried beans, regular beans. I like black beans, I like pinto beans. We're just gonna use all of them. I'm just gonna add a little bit of cumin again, chili powder, and salt. I want this to be so simple. So it all kind of works together. I want you to taste the black beans with the underlying current. So that way, no matter what you're eating, there's this through line that happens, because it's gonna be battling with the cheese sauce, the herbs, the pickles, the spice, and that. So I have a constant through line that you can always come back to and say, this flavor makes sense. Cheese sauce. So I'm gonna use citric acid, right? I'm gonna need a lot of it. What I'm gonna do is usually for this amount of cheese, you're gonna need a ton of liquid. And you're gonna need to create a roux. I don't want to do that. I want the cheese sauce to taste the most like cheese it's ever been. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of liquid in the bottom. And I'm gonna use my friend here, sodium citrate. My ratio here is gonna be about 4%. I'm gonna drop it in a tiny bit of liquid, right? So no roux, because I like to do things without roux, like I have a gravy that doesn't require a roux, because when you add flour to things, it actually drops the flavor, right? Usually for this amount of cheese, you probably, at minimum, need a quart or more of liquid. We're using about that much. Put a measuring cup to the screen right here, and then just fill it right there. Add your sodium citrate, and you want to blend it a little bit before, because you have to hydrate it, right? To any sort of additive that you're adding, whether it's xanthan gum or anything like that, you need to hydrate it so it's actually effective. All right, now adding cheese in. All right, look at that. Come here. That is a no roux cheese sauce. Now as it melts down, it looks like a little chunky now, but as it melts down, it's gonna get smoother and smoother. So this is just chopped onions, finely, cilantro, a little jalapeno. Yeah! Steaks are ready. The steak is nice. Take the steak out. Right? It is cooked. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna season this off. I always go pepper first when I season. Why do I go pepper first? Because if I go salt first, salt is smaller and it coats a little bit bigger, and the pepper will have a harder time to stick. When you're finishing a steak from sous vide, I always like to use more oil than you think it would, because the idea is we're not actually cooking the steak, we're just creating the crust on the outside. The steak's already done. So if I use a little bit of oil, that sear is gonna be a little bit all over the place. It's a little wet from the bag, the juices have come out. So more oil than usual. Get it smoking hot, like so, then lay it in. All we're doing is we're here to create a crust. That's it, we're not cooking it anymore. So I'm gonna keep on flipping. But I just I'm gonna do something really bad. I'm gonna cut straight down the middle there. But look, you got that medium rare going all the way through. We have our beans, we have our cheese sauces, we have more beans, and we have our steak. All right. I got 10 pounds of chips at the office. I'm gonna pack up all this stuff, and hopefully this works. This could all be such a very bad idea. All right, made it in. The key thing here is everything still hot? Like now I want to do the layers, right? Refried beans go down first, then queso sauce goes down, so that way we have melted cheese on top, and all those forgotten chips that people try to shove on each other all have a place, and you can use them as a dip. That does not look appetizing, but it'll taste good. Spread this out. Now this is all a fight against time right now, because I don't want things to get cold. Remember, these beans have that kind of cumin thing that we were doing. I'm just gonna lightly Here's our steak, cooked sous vide. We did lose a little bit of that medium rare, bright pinkness. There's no oven that can fit all this. Well, I have two friends here. They're gonna help us out. Picked cilantro, a little extra cheese, a little cotija. Pickled onions that we made, the speed onions. Our jalapenos that are also pickled. Let's be a little sparing with this because they are spicy. Crema. Remember, we took the leftover lime juice that we used to pickle and dropped it in here. We're gonna use this as a piping bag. Just kind of lightly dust. Green onion on the top. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it, 8 feet of nachos. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna miss you all. This is the last you can do this, and I wanted to share this with everyone in the office. So everyone, come on in. That is actual stretchy ice cream. Stretches.